Hello, everybody. Movie Watcher 123 here, and today, for today's live stream, we are going to be talking about the best and worst shows from one of my favorite channels, Cartoon Network. That's right. We are going to be talking about the best and worst Cartoon Network shows. Once my friends join in, we'll get started. Alright then. Cartoon Network is one of my favorite channels, and I never get tired of seeing it. So if you have any shows from Cartoon Network you wish to talk about, drop them in the comments below or in the private chat. And while I'm waiting for someone to join in, I'm going to put down the first show. All right, here is the first one. Johnny Bravo. Now, this series centers on Johnny Bravo, voiced by Jeff Bennett, a sunglasses-wearing, muscular, conceited narcissist and dim-witted self-proclaimed womanizer with a pompadour and an Elvis Presley-esque voice, apparently of Italian heritage, who lives in Aaron City, a nod to Presley's middle name. Episodes typically revolve around him trying to get a woman to go on a date with him, though his advances are usually rejected and result in the woman in question harming him in a comedic way due to his boorish manner. Johnny's companions are Bunny Mama Bravo, voiced by Brenda Vaccaro, his lively, caring, introverted, equally dim-witted mother, who also wears sunglasses. Little Susie, voiced by Mae Whitman, a talkative and intelligent little girl from the neighborhood who likes to annoy Johnny, although he rarely remembers her name. Carl Kryniswix, voiced by Tom Kenny, a geek who idolizes Johnny despite being bullied and bossed around by him. And Pops, voiced by Larry Drake, the unscrupulous owner of the local diner who provides advice to Johnny along with food made from atypical ingredients. So, yes, Johnny Bravo is always going girl crazy because he's always trying to get a woman to fall in love with him and go on a date with him. Unfortunately, he keeps being rejected in so many ways. I mean, wow. That is just crazy. Johnny Bravo tries to get women to like him. Nothing seems to work. So I give that show a 10 out of 10. Okay, let's see what else to talk about. Hmm. Okay. Next one, the Powerpuff Girls. Now, this show centers on Blossom, Bubbles, and Buttercup, three kindergarten-aged girls with superpowers. The girls all live in the fictional city of Townsville with their father and creator, a scientist named Professor Utonium, and are frequently called upon by the city's mayor to help fight nearby criminals and other enemies using their powers. This show is created by Craig McCracken. Excuse me. And this show is narrated by Tom Kenny. Wow. This show was a great show to watch. It was released on November 18th, 1998. I was 6 years old at the time. And my favorite character is Blossom because she's the team leader in pink and wears that red bow. Bubbles is the one that has blue eyes and wears a blue dress. Buttercup is the third member of the Powerpuff Girls. She wears green and has green eyes. Wow. In this show, they deal with pretty much everything. In addition, the girls have to deal with the normal issues that young children face, such as sibling rivalries, loose teeth, personal hygiene, going to school, bedwetting, or dependence on a security blanket. Episodes often contain hidden references to older pop culture, especially noticeable in the episode Meet the Beat-Alls, which is a homage to the Beatles. The cartoon always tries to keep different ideas within each episode with some small tributes and parodies thrown in. The show is set mainly in the city of Townsville, USA. Townsville is depicted as a major American city with a cityscape consisting of several major skyscrapers. And I sure miss watching this show. It was one of the best. It was released on November 18th, 1998 and ended on March 5th, 2005. Wow, those were the good old days. This show was created by Craig McCracken. So I give this episode a 10 out of 10. Okay, let's see here. Which one to talk about next? Oh, I got another one. Hang on a sec. Here's one. I don't know if you've seen this one before, but I'm going to talk about it anyway. Mighty Magiswords. The series is about Vamber Marie Warrior and Prohias Robert Warrior, a cute and clumsy sibling team of, quote, warriors for hire, who go on hilarious adventures and crazy quests around the world to find and collect magical swords known as Magiswords. Now, about Magiswords, here's what they are. A Magisword is a sword that contains a specific magical ability based on its design. There are many Magiswords scattered across the land, and Vamber and Prohias go around to collect them, while also using Magiswords they previously collected. Magiswords can also be bought at the Mount Ma'al in Ralpho's House of Swords. Others are one of a kind that can be found in certain areas of the Riboflavin Kingdom. Sometimes the full potential of the, quote, Magiswords, unquote, has to be discovered by combining both siblings' efforts. Some Magiswords are also living entities that can speak human language or get sick, such as Zombie Pumpkin Magisword, Dolphin Magisword, and Carnivorous Plant Magisword. Man, this series ended on May 17th, 2019, with the remaining episodes, which were previously released on the Cartoon Network Video app roughly a year earlier, premiering on Cartoon Network and Boomerang simultaneously for 2 weeks. The series was made available on HBO Max until August 2022. Wow. Now let me see. The creator of the show is Kyle Carrozza. Yep, I give this episode a 10 out of 10. Now, if anyone wishes to join in on this live stream, please do so. Let me see here. What to talk about next? All right, then. Next one is Ed, Edd, and Eddy. Now, Ed, Edd and Eddy is a Canadian animated television series created by Danny Antonucci for Cartoon Network. The series revolves around 3 friends named Ed, called Double D, to avoid confusion with Ed, and Eddy, collectively known as the Eds, who are voiced by Matt Hill, Sam Vincent, and Tony Sampson, respectively. They live in a suburban cul-de-sac in the fictional town of Peach Creek along with fellow neighborhood children Kevin, Naz, Sarah, Jimmy, Rolf, Johnny, and the Ed's female adversaries, the Canker sisters, Lee, Marie, and May. Under the unofficial leadership of Eddie, the trio frequently invents schemes to make money from their peers to purchase their favorite confection, Jawbreakers. Their plans usually fail, leaving them in various often humiliating and painful predicaments. This show was created by Danny Antonucci. This show ran from January 4th, 1999 until November 8th, 2009. This was one of my favorite shows ever. I like how they get into various predicaments in this show. Okay. Ed, and Eddie, they try to scheme everyone in the cul-de-sac out of their money so they can purchase Jawbreakers, their favorite confection. But sometimes their plans go haywire. Now, I give this episode a 10 out of 10 because it's great. I sure miss watching Ed, and Eddie. I don't understand why it got canceled somehow. Did it get canceled? I don't know. I'll have to check that out. Okay. Now I'm going to talk about the next episode. Here's the next one. Whatever happened to Robot Jones? Now, this series, simply known as Robot Jones or WHTRJ, is an American animated television series created by Greg Miller for Cartoon Network. It follows Robot Jones, a teenage robot who attends the fictional suburban Polynew Middle School in a retro-futuristic 1980s world. Episodes follow Robot Jones researching aspects of human life, including music, facial hair, and gym class. Jones is guided by his three friends, Socks, Mitch, and QB. Robot Jones is often smitten with his crush, Shannon Westerberg, a tall young girl with orthodontic headgear and a prosthesis. Excuse me. In school, Robot Jones interacts with his teachers, Mr. Mick, Mr. Workout, and Mrs. Raincoat, the principal, Mr. Madman, and janitor Clancy Q. Sleepy Jeans. His arch rivals, Lenny and Denny Youngman, try to sabotage Jones's research by making school more difficult for him. And like in every end of the episode, he always has this quote data log entry. Let me see here. At the end of an episode, Robot reads a data log entry about what he learned that day and what conclusions he has arrived at on humanity. So yes. Wow. So I give this a 10 out of 10. Still a good show. Okay, what episode to talk about next? I got one. Chowder. Now, in this show, the series follows an aspiring young boy named Chowder and his day-to-day adventures as an apprentice in Chef Mung Dahl's catering company. Although he means well, Chowder often finds himself in predicaments due to his perpetual appetite and his nature as a scatterbrain. Chowder's guidance in his goal to become a master chef is influenced by Mung's wife, Truffles, Mung's assistant, Schnitzel, Mung's rival, Endive's apprentice, who has a perpetual crush on Chowder, Panini, as well as other side characters. This show is created by C. H. Greenblatt. And this show ran from November 2nd, 2007 until August 7th, 2010. Chowder ran for 3 seasons with a total of 49 episodes. It received mostly positive reviews, as well as 1 Primetime Emmy Award win, 6 Annie Award nominations, and 2 additional Emmy Award nominations during its run. The series finale, Chowder Grows Up, aired on August 7th, 2010. Fun fact, Chowder is a cat-bear-rabbit hybrid. They also have a gaseous pet named Kimchi. So I give this episode A 10 out of 10. Okay. Okay. What show to talk about next? Let me see here. Hmm. Next one. Courage the Cowardly Dog. Now, in this episode, wait, excuse me. What am I saying? I meant to say in this show. Sorry about that. Now, here's how it started. We interrupt this program to bring you Courage the Cowardly Dog Show, starring Courage the Cowardly Dog. Abandoned as a pup, he was found by Muriel, who lives in the middle of nowhere with her husband Eustace Bag. But creepy stuff happens in nowhere. It's up to Courage to save his new home. Stupid dog! You made me look bad. Booga booga booga! Now, Courage the Cowardly Dog follows Courage, voiced by Marty Grabstein, a kind yet easily frightened, troublesome dog. He was abandoned as a puppy after his parents were sent into outer space by a crazed veterinarian. Soon after, he was found in an alleyway by Muriel Bag, played by Thea White. May she rest in peace. A friendly Scottish woman who decided to take Courage in as her own, and was inspired by the nature of this first meeting to give him his name. In the present, he lives with the now elderly Muriel and her husband Eustace Bag, voiced by Lionel Wilson in episodes 1 to 33, and Arthur Anderson in episodes 34 to 52, a cranky and greedy American man who is often jealous of Courage and refers to him as "stupid dog," and frequently uses a mask to scare him out of his wits in an isolated farmhouse. The nearest town to the farmhouse is a town called Nowhere. Courage and his owners frequently encounter monsters, aliens, zombies, and other paranormal or supernatural creatures that are attracted to Nowhere. The plot generally uses conventions common to horror films, although most of the creatures, the three-faced, are hostile. Some only appear that way, but are simply suffering from distress, anger, and or acting in desperation. But sometimes because they are depressed, but they can turn out to be friendly to them. The task of protecting Muriel and Eustace from such dangers falls on Courage, who endeavors to thwart or reconcile with the monster of the week, and remedy or repair any damages done. Although Courage is occasionally aided with that task, the full extent of his efforts is usually performed unbeknownst to Muriel and Eustace. Ironically, given his name, Courage may be considered a genuine hero who often goes to great lengths to protect his owners. and the genuine coward who still expresses much of his distress with over-the-top piercing shrieks. Although episodic in nature, there are a handful of recurring characters in the show's cast, including Courage's sarcastic sentient computer, voiced by Simon Prebble, the family physician Doctor Vindaloo, voiced by Paul Schoeffler, a fortune-telling chihuahua named Shirley the Medium, voiced by Mary Testa, Eustace's mother Ma, voiced by Billy Lou Watt, villains Cat and LeQuack, both voiced by Schoeffler, and the antagonistic Dee Lung. Now, about this show. This show was created by none other than John R. Dilworth. This show ran from November 12, 1999 to November 22nd, 2002. Wow, this show ran for 3 years. So I give this episode a 10 out of 10. Okay, let me see here. Anyone wishes to join in, I will provide the link again. There you are. Give me a minute. I'm going to put down the next show to talk about. Now, here's the next one. Camp Lazlo. Now, in this show, the series is set in a universe inhabited solely by anthropomorphic animals of many species and focused on a trio of campers attending a poorly run summer camp known as Camp Kidney. The trio consists of Lazlo, the eccentric, optimistic spider monkey, Raj, the timid Indian elephant, and Clam, the quiet albino pygmy rhinoceros, and their multiple surreal misadventures. Other characters include the selfish, ill-tempered moose scoutmaster Lumpus and his mild-mannered assistant Slinkman, the banana slug. The boys' assortment of fellow campers including the disgruntled, surly platypus Edward, the two unintelligent, dirt-loving dung beetles Chip and Skip, and the klutzy, accident-prone, geeky guinea pig Samson. There's also a rival summer camp called Acorn Flat, which is attended solely by girls, primarily focusing on Lazlo, Raj, and Clam's respective female counterparts attending that camp. Patsy, the adventurous mongoose who has a major crush on Lazlo. Don't tell her that. Gretchen, the short-tempered alligator, Nurse Leslie, the pink nurse shark, who is a doctor, and Nina, the bookish, sci-fi-loving giraffe, along with the object of Scoutmaster Lumpus's affections, Miss Doe, a female deer, the head of Acorn Flats. Hang on a sec. Wait a minute. Murray said that, as he did in Rocko's Modern Life, he matched the personalities of characters to various animals. Some episodes may involve the Bean Scouts' attempts at unveiling the truth behind camp legends, or clowning around, infuriating their peers, or placing themselves in a variety of odd situations, commonly based around traditional or fictionalized bizarre camp activities. Now, Camp Kidney, set in the Pimpleback Mountains next to Leaky Lake, is the camp where most of the show takes place. This is a summer camp attempted by a group of Boy Scout-like campers called the Bean Scouts. In keeping the theme of the name of the camp, the campers are allowed to name their cabins after various types of beans: Jelly Cabin, Pinto Cabin, Fava Cabin, and so on. The camp is known for a low standard of quality and has been threatened with closure more than once. The camp is led by Scoutmaster Lumpus, with most of the administrative details assigned to his assistant, Mr. Slinkman. A full staff complements the camp, including a nurse and chef. Now, about Acorn Flats. Acorn Flats is across the lake from Camp Kidney, attended by girls of similar age, called the Squirrel Scouts. Acorn Flats has higher quality facilities than Camp Kidney. A point of contention between the two respective camps, with Acorn Flats being the more dominant in the rivalry. The leader of the Squirrel Scouts is Jane Doe, and her grumpy assistant, Miss Rubella Mucus, a warthog. Both Camp Kidney and Acorn Flats are part of a larger hierarchical organization under the direct command of Commander Hoo-Ha, with Big Bean as the head of all Scout chapters, which includes beans and squirrels and possibly tomato scouts. Now, about Prickly Pines. Prickly Pines is a town near both camps with full commercial facilities, a post office, several restaurants, a laundromat, and other sundry stores. So I give this show a 10 out of 10. Yep. All right. Which show to talk about next? Here's the next one, and please feel free to join in. Class of 3000. Now, Hang on a sec. Oh. Now, this series follows superstar and music teacher Sonny Bridges, voiced by 3000, who teaches a group of students at Atlanta, Georgia's Wesley School of Performing Arts. Hang on a sec, you guys. Oh, that was an airplane. Okay. Class of 3000. This series follows superstar and music teacher Sonny Bridges, voiced by 3000, who teaches a group of students at Atlanta, Georgia's Wesley School of Performing Arts. Excuse me. Bridges is a jazz and blues artist who occasionally lectures in Atlanta's Little Five Points residential area. Both Outcast and Cartoon Network are based in Atlanta. 28 episodes were produced. Wow. This show was created by Andre 3000 and Thomas W. Lynch. And this series ran from November 3rd, 2006 until May 25th, 2008. So 2 years. Wow. I give this episode a 10 out of 10. All right. Give me a minute. Here is the next one. Dexter's Laboratory. Now, this show, Dexter, voiced by Christine Cavanaugh in seasons 1 to 3, and Candy Milo in seasons 3 to 4, is a bespectacled boy genius who, behind a bookcase in his bedroom, conceals a secret laboratory which can be accessed by spoken passwords or hidden switches on his bookshelf. Though highly intelligent, Dexter often fails to achieve his goals when he becomes overexcited and careless. Although he comes from a typical American family, Dexter speaks with an accent of indeterminate origin. Christine Cavanaugh described it as an affection, a kind of accent we're not quite sure, a small Peter Lorre, but not. Perhaps he's Latino, perhaps he's French, he's a scientist. He knows he needs a kind of accent. Genndy Tartakovsky explained he is a scientist. All scientists are foreign to have accents. It is not really a German accent, it's just Eastern European. Dexter conceals his lab from his clueless parents, addressed only as Mom, voiced by Kath Soucie, and Dad, voiced by Jeff Bennett, who never take notice of it. His hyperactive, good-hearted older sister Dee Dee, voiced by Alison Moore in seasons 1 and 3, and by Kat Cressida in seasons 2 and 4. Delights in playing haphazardly in the lab, wreaking havoc with Dexter's inventions, though seemingly dim-witted Dee Dee, who is also a talented ballet dancer, can outsmart her brother and even give him helpful advice. For his part, Dexter, though annoyed by his intrusive sibling, feels a reluctant affection for her and will come to her defense if she is imperiled. Dexter's nemesis is rival classmate Mandark Astronomonov, voiced by Eddie Deezen. Like Dexter, Mandark is a boy genius with his own laboratory, but his schemes are generally evil and designed to gain power or downplay or destroy Dexter's accomplishments. In revival seasons, Mandark becomes significantly more evil, becoming Dexter's enemy rather than his rival, and Mandark's laboratory changes from brightly lit with round features to gothic-looking industrial and angular. Dexter's inventions are objectively better than his, and Mandark tries to compensate for this by stealing Dexter's plans. Mandark's weakness is his unrequited love for Dee Dee. So basically what I'm trying to tell you is that Mandark has feelings for Dee Dee, although I don't know if she notices for that. I don't know if she notices his advances, but she'll find out soon enough. Okay, I give this episode, no, pardon me. I give this show 10 out of 10. Still the best. Okay, this show is created by Genndy Tartakovsky, and this show ran from April 27th, 1996 until November 20th, 2003. Man, I sure wish they would show this again. I sure do miss it. Okay. Now, before I talk about the next show, I want to tell you guys something very important. I'm trying to provide you guys with as many live streams as I can, but so far, nobody seems to be joining them for some reason. And I'm trying to provide you with many live streams as I can. Yes, some people actually joined my live streams, but today no one seems to join. I provided the link, and I don't want to have to keep doing these live streams by myself. I'm not begging, it's just no one seems to be joining in for this live stream. Okay. Now, this Saturday, I'm going to do a live stream. I hope everybody be's there. I want everyone to be there. Okay. Next show, Cow and Chicken. The series focuses on the misadventures of two unlikely yet somehow biological siblings, the sweet-natured, dim, ecstatic, anthropomorphic 7-year-old Cow and her cynical 11-year-old brother, Chicken, both voiced by Charlie Adler. The two are often caught in escapades with their flamboyant enemy, the Red Guy, also voiced by Charlie Adler, a comical version of the devil himself, who disguises himself under various personas to attempt to either scam them or take them to hell. Supporting characters include Chicken and Cow's delirious human parents, Dad and Mom, Dad voiced by D. Bradley Baker and Mom voiced by Candy Milo, respectively, only seen from the waist down and implied to have no torsos, heads, or arms. Chicken's best friends Flem, voiced by Howard Morris, and Earl, voiced by Dan Castellaneta, and their cousin Boneless Chicken, who was also voiced by Charlie Adler. Cow has her favorite dolls, Krabs the warthog, Piles the beaver, and Manure the bear, who is a polar bear. The series draws on eccentric, surreal, grotesque, and repulsive humor. For example, Cow and Chicken always order pork butts and taters in the cafeteria. The Red Guy always shows his butt, and characters often pepper their speech with malapropisms and sarcasm. The humor and storylines depicted are often based on traditional childhood worries and anxieties or phobias such as cooties or venturing into the girls' restroom, but enhanced comically. Many of the slapstick antics involve the main characters getting physically abused. This show ran from July 15th, 1997 to July 24th, 1999. Wow, only 2 years. And this show was created by none other than David Fies. I wonder if he's still alive. Well, he is between ages 63 and 64. Alright then. I give that episode a 10 out of 10. Alright then. Which one to talk about next? Hang on a sec. Next one, Ben 10, the 2005 version. Me and Christian are huge fans of this show. Now, this series centers around Ben Tennyson, voiced by Tara Strong. I don't know why. A 10-year-old boy on a cross-country summer vacation with his cousin Gwen, played by Megan Smith, and their grandfather Max, voiced by Paul Eiding. On their first night camping in their grandfather's RV, affectionately named the quote "Rust Bucket," unquote, Ben finds an alien pod with a mysterious watch-style device named the Omnitrix. The device then permanently attaches itself to his wrist, giving him the ability to transform into a variety of alien life forms, each with its own unique skills and powers. With his newfound superpowers, Ben has to learn the responsibilities of being a hero. During their vacation, the Tennysons are attacked by various enemies ranging from space aliens to supernatural entities. Wow. So, Ben is the hero of this show. He has the Omnitrix that can help him transform into various aliens, and one of my favorite ones is who is that one? Forearms. Now he's strong. You do not want to mess with him. Okay. This show is created by Man of Action. I wonder who that is. This show ran from December 27th, 2005 until April 15th, 2008. So this show ran for 3 straight years. Man. I sure wish I was a guest star on this show. That would be awesome. Let me see here. Here's one. Mike Lewand-Ogg. Now, in this series, Mike applies as a foreign exchange student and asks to be sent to a tropical island, which briefly sinks and pops back up like a cork every few hundred years or so. She finds herself dumped on a forgotten, scantily mapped island populated by descendants of a British shipwreck. This island is called Algonquin Island, named after one of their founders, Joshua Wendell Algonquin. It may be based on the real-life Pitcairn Islands. The castaways have gone native and try to behave like Polynesians with varying degrees of success. Before its cancellation, 52 11-minute episodes were produced by Mikhail Schindler's Kinofilm Animation in Los Angeles and animated by Mikhail Aldashin at Studio Pilot in Russia. Featuring 2 stories per episode, the series features voice actors Nika Futterman as Mike, Nancy Cartwright as Lou, and D. Bradley Baker as Og. The distinctive animation style is similar to shows produced by Klasky Csupo, such as Rugrats, Duckman, Ah! Real Monsters, The Wild Thornberrys, Rocket Power, and As Told by Ginger, due to its crudely drawn look. Reruns were broadcast on Boomerang from 2006 to 2011. On November 6, 2017, the series was added to Cartoon Network On Demand, as well as on HBO Max in some regions. The trio take part in various adventures as Mike and the island's natives share their customs with each other. This show was created by Mikhail Schindler, Mikhail Aldashin, and Charles Swenson. And this show ran from November 12, 1999, all the way to May 27th, 2001. So it ran for 2 straight years. Man, I sure missed this show. All right. I'm going to talk about one more show, then I'm going to end the stream. Hang on a sec. Here is the last show that I'm going to talk about. Hi Hi Puffy Ami Yumi. Now this is one of my favorite shows. Now Hi Hi Puffy Ami Yumi follows the adventures of 2 pop stars and best friends, Ami Onuki, voiced by Janice Kawai, a peppy, optimistic, and cheerful girly girl, and Yumi Yoshimura, voiced by Gray Delisle, a cynical, sarcastic, and grumpy tomboy. Both are based on the real Japanese pop duo Puffy Ami Yumi, but with different appearances and exaggerated personalities. They travel around the world on their customized tour bus along with their well-intentioned yet greedy manager, Kaz Harada, voiced by Keon Young. From rocking out at a concert to hanging out in their hometown of Tokyo. The duo take the world by storm with their musical talent, trend-setting style, and humor, dishing out lessons in J-pop justice and establishing the intentional language of "cool" along the way. Secondary characters include Jong Kang, voiced by Grey DeLisle, and Tekirai, voiced by Janice Conway, the duo's pet cats who enjoy tormenting Kaz. Harmony, voiced by Sandy Fox, a 6-year-old girl who is the self-proclaimed, quote, #1 fan of Puffy Amiyumi, and later Kaz and consistently stalks them. Eldwin Blair, voiced by Nathan Carlson, a sinister land developer who tries to tear down beloved places for his own selfish needs. King Chad, voiced by Caddy Lay, a selfish bad boy who is a master of the card game Stupido, a parody of Yu-Gi-Oh! The Evil Talent Suckers, voiced by Nathan Carlson, and Corey Burton, a vampire rock trio from Transylvania, and Atchan, voiced by Rob Paulsen, a caricature of Bo Atsushi, lead singer of the pop band New Rotka, who speaks in third person and thinks he is a superhero, and so on and so forth. On October 6, 2006, the show's crew announced on their blog that Cartoon Network had canceled Hi Hi Puffy Amiyumi after 3 seasons and 39 episodes due to management shakeup, leading Sam Register to leave the channel until Register officially became the president of Cartoon Network Studios on August 28, 2020. Wow. This show ran from November 9th, 2004 until June 27th, 2006. So it ran for 2 years, and it was created by Sam Register. Oh boy. I sure missed watching this show. It was one of the best. The absolute best. Okay, well, this has been a successful live stream. I don't understand why nobody joined today. I was waiting, and I didn't want to have to do this by myself again. So, this Saturday, I'm going to be doing a live stream because I'm going to New York City by train, and I'm going to do a live stream about my journey to New York City by train. And I expect everyone to be there. And I mean everyone. So I hope you all have a good day. And summer is coming up soon. Not only that, but hurricane season is coming up soon. So I hope you all have a great day, and I will see you this Saturday. Until then, take care of yourselves and each other.